What's up, guys? Reiki Master Reeds here, and welcome to a just a collective message for you guys. I have been doing content on like TikTok and Instagram, on Twitch, but I actually haven't been posting here on YouTube yet. So I'm gonna dabble in posting on YouTube, maybe focus some energy here. And basically, what I'm gonna want to do is, like other readers, but post a daily collective message and kind of just give you guys something, will give you guys a message and, yeah, see what I can pick up for you guys. I really want to step into a role where I'm able to help you guys um, with my knowledge as well and being able to share the knowledge I've gained with you guys as well. Does that make sense? So, um, yeah, I'm just gonna try doing these collective messages on YouTube, see how they roll, see how you guys like it, see this, see that, yeah, 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 yee, you know, and see where it goes. But without further ado, oh, thank you guys for being here on this video. I appreciate it. Any and all support is so appreciative. So thank you, thank you. And now without further ado, let's get into the reading. So now I'm going to use my angel number deck. This is what I use usually at the end of my readings because they bring out angel numbers and they bring out really good messages that either feel like extra messages, confirmations of the reading, etc. So we've got this deck that'll come in a bit later. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. We got the Tea Leaf deck, and we got the Light Seers Tarot deck. So, um, Oracle decks, boop, are very much overall energy. So let's do this. I will say before we start, everyone, I just got some selenite here. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to connect to spirit real quick, connect to the human collective, all of that, and then we'll get into it. And while I do this, if you guys also want to take some deep breaths or just tune in with me, um, feel free to do so. I open myself up to divine love and light only, to my spirit team, my guides. I also open myself up to the human collective spirit. Connect me to the collective for messages, please. Thank you. I'm grounded, I am safe, I am secure. All right. Spirit, can I have a collective message? What is the collective message for the human collective? What message needs to be shared today? What message is there for the human collective for anyone on this video watching? That's too many spirit, so. But I like the energy spirit. All right. Human collective, energies, messages. All right. All right, let's do these. Looks like 3 cards are going to be it. So you guys got a leg up. It's a little hard to see. That's better. Okay, so you guys got a leg up, number 34 for Oracle. Truth be told, and thinker. So, what this is immediately, I'm also seeing a lot of fours, 34, 14, 44. There's something about fours here as well. So if you guys have been seeing the number 4 at all in any variation, this could be a confirmation that this message is for you. And just gonna say this, number 4 in numerology, I'm working on this, but stability, hard work, practicality, and discipline. So that's one message, right? The number 4. Going to the cards now. a leg up, that feels like you guys are on your way to a level up. To a new timeline, to a new cycle, that sort of energy is what a leg up is telling me. It's interesting. This thinker and this truth be told feels like almost like insight coming to your brain, a truth coming to your brain. It's like there's a truth that's going to be downloaded. It's like there's an incoming truth being downloaded. That's one message because of thinker that makes me think the brain, right? The head. So it makes me think insights are on their way. It feels a bit like maybe there's some truths about your situation you're not seeing right now, and that's why they're going to be downloaded to you. It feels like incoming downloads and insights are on your way to you right now. Um this truth be told also shows a window opening, so that kind of feels like almost like a portal opening, a doorway opening, and it's makes sense because you got a leg up, a level up. So it feels like with these downloads and these insights that you guys are going to be receiving, they're going to help you level up, and it's also going to help you step through this portal to this new level up, right? So that's the energy I'm getting with the oracle cards. So remember, a leg up, truth be told, and thinker. I have those off to the side now. I apologize. My camera is what I got, and so I can't show, you know. I'm also going to do some tea leaves now. All right, tea leaves. Collective message. We've got our oracle cards. Let's get a little bit more overall energy slash whatever the tea leaf or oracle cards want to give us. Fortune cards. And then we'll get more into the nitty gritty of like the tarot. So let's see. Oh, okay. Basket. Recognition, reward for merit. It's a bit better. Yeah, you can see it if I like block the, yeah, see recognition, reward. I'll show you that. Okay, what else tea leaves? What else tea leaves? So we've got basket. We've got cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. That makes a lot of sense. Ooh, I also got an energy feeling that whoever is going to come onto my videos are similar to me in the way of you're a healer, a shaman, um yeah, just somebody of a fairly high vibration whether you know it or not. I just have a feeling, a sense that I'm gonna be attracting in healers and shamans and mystics and teachers, mentors, all of that. It really feels like a lot of you guys that are gonna tune into these videos are in that category. Um, and it just feels like because you're in that category, that's also why you're protected from it. It's interesting. It's like a feeling of because you guys are about to level up, right, to a new timeline, new cycle, right? It's like during this time, as you're leveling up, as you're receiving downloads, as you're moving towards the new, you're protected during this time. That's what this reads to me. Is you're protected during this time, kind of during this time of transition in a way. That's kind of the energy I'm getting there. Um, and with this level up, right? There's it feels like there's an aspect there's maybe you guys have been working on something and haven't been recognized yet or which means their recognition is coming in. And also the reward for merit, that makes me feel like you're just going to start receiving more, and it's because of really the effort you're putting in to heal, to step into to new fresh energies. All of that is what's bringing about this energy, these rewards, this kind of receptive energy coming to you. Let me see if the tea leaves want to sing anything else. Do you want to say anything else, tea leaves? I'll shuffle you guys a couple more times. anything else, tea leaves, before we get into some nitty gritty? Okay, well, that's too many. That's a bit too many. Actually, that one for sure was bouncing around. All right, let's put the tea leaves off to the side. Target, a goal oriented person. Interesting. Recognition. Yeah. So that speaks to me, right? So you got cobweb, target, basket. I'll just read these. Cobweb is protected from negative forces beyond your control. Target, a goal oriented person. Recognition and reward for merit is basket. So target target and basket feel like they go hand in hand. It really feels like for some of you, again, you have a goal. Like you've been working on something, you've been putting an effort towards something, and it feels like maybe it hasn't come to fruition yet. And just in general, things haven't come to fruition yet. Um, but with this level up, right? It feels like you're going to start receiving a lot more for like the work you're putting in towards your goals, right? So again, that's what we got for the tea leaves. Let's get into tarot now. All right, spirit. Oh, that's funny actually. The number 3 as well. There's 3 tea leaves and 3 oracle cards. Not saying there's going to be 3 tarot, whatever. But the number 3 could also be just an important number, something you've been seeing. 3 and 4 right now feel like they're the numbers that are coming out. Yeah, and it feels like, again, with the number 4, especially since we looked it up, with this leg up, it's going to bring stability into your life. Way more stability than you're experiencing right now. Stability is 100% coming in. I think this could be exhausting, the continuous work towards your goals, right? And not having things kind of come to fruition through it. I can see that as very exhausting. I'm getting that energy as well. So I think there's also a message again with the number 4 to as hard as it is to try and remain disciplined towards your goals. Now, that's not to say like if you're really exhausted and tired, that's a call to rest, right? But if you're having some energy and, you know, um, keep that discipline, keep working towards your goals because you are going to receive soon, right? All right. Let's get a some tarot cards, some Light Seers tarot. What else in this reading spirit needs to be shared? A lot of messages have already come through. So let's see what else we got. Also, guys, I know this is my first video. I set it up right. Let me know um how you might want me to if you would like my full face, right? A full screen of my face and then I show you the cards. If you like being able to see some of the cards and my face. It's just there's black there, there's black there, and there's black there. So let me know how you guys would like the video kind of to look as I'm doing these readings. That feedback would help a ton. Okay. That one, this one. All right, what else? What else, spirit? Oh, okay. That's too many, though. What else, spirit? What else, spirit? Collective message. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Stability, balance with the temperance. Yeah. And then just something that I want to do again for everyone. Number 3, creativity, communication, joy, and social expression. Very much a creative energy. So, that's just the number 3 in numerology. So, with that, and threes, again, 3, right? So, 3, 3, 3. Um, that speaks to me as I'm wondering if for some of you this is a creative endeavor, the goal you're working towards, if it's very creative in nature. And that's what you're working on. Is something in the very creative space, right? And it feels like that again, that those goals you're working towards are where, you're going to get this level up as well. But again, fours and threes. Ooh, okay. Ah, okay. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, so you guys got the 10 of swords, king of wands, and temperance. So, with the king of wands, the one thing that's came out popped out to me is the lion. So there's an aspect of strength needed during this transition time. Duh. Right? I'm sure you already knew that. I'm sure you're like, I'm done with this strength bullshit. Um, and it's also very courageous for you guys to be honestly on your path, like this path. So I believe there's an aspect, not everything, but there's an aspect of choosing certain things before you come into this life, right? I'm sure some of you guys have heard that. That's truly what I believe, right? We choose some aspect of it, right? Um and for a lot of you, if not all of you, I'm sure your path has been very, very, very tough. Could be very traumatic, exhausting, tiring, long, repeating cycles. I'm just getting all of that energy. And I want to say with that it takes a frick ton of courage to take this sort of path on, to take this sort of life on almost. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot of courage to live authentically right now. Like, it does. It really does. And so I'm just claps to you, really, and your courage and your resilience. Your resilience. These are also like getting more powerful. Your resilience is increasing, your strength is just getting more powerful, right? So as you go through these, there are things that are strengthening during this transition time. And as much as it might be confusing in this transition time, there's a reason for this pause, there's a reason for this little break, there's a reason for this in between, whether you can fully see it or not. There is a reason, and that reason could easily just be rest or something else, right? It doesn't have to be big, but for some of you, maybe you've been working to the grindstone and you just need to freaking rest to get some to just release and let go and allow for more to flow through you, you know? But since you guys got a leg up, which is that level up energy, it makes me feel like with this 10 of swords, tens are very much completion energy. You guys are completing a cycle, and it feels like for some of you, these could be cycles that have happened this year. For some of you, I'm getting these could be cycles that have been repeating for years. It feels like the cycles that are completing could be like are ranging from months to years. Does that make sense? Like for some of you, it feels like you might have been in a cycle or in a rut almost for 10 years now. But for some of you, you might feel like it's been a rut or a tough time for 5 months. I'm getting a lot of different time frames with these cycles with this 10 of swords. And it's just to say, you know, a period, it feels like again it's a level up from what you have right now. So this it feels like the really tough, conflicting, painful times, you are moving away from those right now. You're finally moving away from those and leveling up to something new, to something that has more relief, more joy, more creativity. So you're moving away, right, into the new. So that just confirms kind of what we've been talking about, right? The temperance talk speaks to that number 4 energy, and that with this moving on from the old into the new, you're going to be a lot more balanced, right? Temperance makes a lot of sense since we had that message of stability coming through. This is that message with temperance. That's the stability coming through. Um, I'm getting another message, but before I say that, um, the King of Wands makes me feel like Like, continue to stand in your confidence, continue to stand in your power. You know, it looks he looks very, very confident, right? He's like, I'm very sure of myself, like I'm the king of freaking wands. It's kind of the energy I'm getting. And I think that's where the consistent discipline comes in too, is because I think there's also an aspect of leaning into faith more and just having faith things are going to work out. You are going to receive stability is coming in, relief, joy are coming in, right? Standing in that confidence, standing in that confidence and faith. That is what this King of Wands feels like. Stay in that energy, which or try to stay in this King of Wands energy because that's going to help you tenfold with this whole transition. By being in this King of Wands energy that I'm talking about is really going to help you through this transition. And trust the universe is you know helping you through this, right? It's helping you bring new things in, is helping you release things. Like just trusting the universe is like on your side. I'm also getting trust and faith is a big message here, to continue to have that. Try not to be brought down by your external circumstances. Understandably so. If you're really wrapped up in a lot of things, to me that says rest. It's time to pull back, rest a bit, and then join back in. You know what I mean? Um, Now, the other message I got, so this temperance is a very beautiful temperance card. What I'm seeing is wings, right? The wings on the back of this temperance card caught my eye. So it feels like for some of you, like let me confirm this. It feels like for some of you there is a guide with you and or reaching out to you. For some of you, you might already know. Um, you know, oh, unless it's that would be crazy. Hold on, let me confirm. I got as I went into the energy of temperance, I also got a message. I also heard, well, I don't hear, I felt ancestor energy. So I'm just gonna do like a confirmation to see what that energy is so I can give you guys that message as well. This is just it's a holographic tarot, I think. It's just the basic tarot, but just a little, shiny. And I like to use this as my yes or no. I just like using a different deck. It's just nice. But yeah. Is the temperance speaking to also ancestors coming through? Are there ancestors wanting to slash already working with individuals that I'm giving this message towards? Are ancestors coming through right now? Is that a message with the temperance? Our ancestors? Okay. Is the temperance speaking of ancestors energy? Ancestor energy, are you coming through with the temperance? The Knight of Pentacles, yeah. And the High Priestess. Okay. Yay. Okay, so at the very yeah, okay. So there's ancestor energy coming through. So at the very least, what I'm that means to me, whether you think ancestors, it just makes me feel like the universe wants to work with you. If you're not directly kind of working with the universe or spending time in quiet, there's a call to do that, right? There's a call to connect here. Um and it feels like the reason I was feeling ancestor energy is because this feels like a pretty big level up. Like it feels like almost like a timeline jump in a sense, like a level up to a new timeline. And it feels like ancestors are helping with that. So it feels like actually some of you that are here are generational curse breakers, and that's what this is also tied into, and that's also why your ancestors are wanting to work with you slash are already working with you. For some of you, I'm really, again, I'm getting ancestors, but again, it's just spirit is wanting to work with you slash if you're already working with spirit, continue to do so. And again, it feels like maybe the spirits that you guys maybe you guys haven't known who you're working with, maybe you've just been working with the universe, but a strong ancestral energy has is coming through here as well for you guys. So again, generational curse breakings coming through here. Yeah. Yeah. And I got these two when I asked about ancestors. I'm going to ask one more. For some of it's not this isn't going to be for everyone, but for some, are these ancestors grandparents? Are there some, are their grandparents coming through as well, spirit? I mean, but I feel like that's a message for some. Are some people's grandparents also very connected, at least to them? So I'm feeling like maybe some people's grandparents, grandmother, grandfather, both are with them at this time or wanting to connect at this time, but let me confirm that with a yes or no. Is there grandparent energy here as well, spirit? Not quite. Okay. That's why I confirm because I'm getting energy here. Ancestral energy, right? There's something there. Yeah. Oh. Because now that I look at it, temperance, right, has the moon and the sun, right? Which now I look here and I see the high priestess in the night. And then I think, oh, okay, so divine feminine and masculine. So now actually the next message I have is I think, yeah, your ancestors are trying to balance your divine masculine and feminine as well. Is that what this message is? That I'm picking up this extra energy. It's ancestors helping to balance out divine masculine and feminine energies. The Hierophant and the Knight of Wands on the bottom, yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. So that also speaks to me for some of you, your divine masculine and feminine energies are a bit out of balance. And that makes sense because we got balance, we got stability, right? So yeah. For some of you it feels like some similar to me. Your ancestors are helping you ground in the 3D while also being intuitive and being spiritual and following your creative endeavors and following that. It's grounding in the 3D whilst also having the spiritual. Does that make sense? It feels like there's an aspect of that your ancestors are helping you work with. Ground in the 3D while also having the spiritual aspect. Is that what the ancestors are trying to also help with? It is grounding almost like it's almost like grounding the spiritual energy in the 3D. Is that what's coming out, spirit? Grounding the energy in the 3D. Page of Cups, holy. Wow. Okay. I'm just getting a lot. I'm speaking to a very high vibrational bunch. And so if you're here and you didn't know that, you have a very high vibration naturally. Just want to let you know that. Um, yeah. And the Page of Cups, pages are all about new beginnings. So this is also helping, again, it's helping you start these new beginnings for yourself. But yeah, for some of you, there's been a lack of grounding energy. I feel like for it, since I'm talking to like a full collective, it feels like, you probably were on one side of the coin. Maybe for some of you, you've been so focused on the external 3D, you're so grounded in that, that almost like your spiritual side is kind of is not fully there. For some of you, it feels like you're really in that spiritual sense. You're really in your intuitive, creative sense, but it's not really grounded in the 3D realm right now. And so, it's a little wonky. So, yeah, that's another message I'm getting. So, okay. Yeah, you guys are healing ancestral trauma. Like it feels like this is a big thing. This is a big moment of healing also, like for your whole ancestral lineage. It's crazy. Um, because it makes me feel like your ancestral lineage was not in balance. Was maybe heavily divine masculine, maybe heavily divine feminine. It feels like that. So it feels like by you balancing it out, you're balancing your whole ancestral line out. I mean, that's a lot. Those are a lot of that's a lot of messages. Is there anything else I'm sensing here that needs to be a bit more dug into for you guys? You got 14 for Temperance with a 5. Hierophant is a 5. You got 14 actually for Truth Be Told Oracle. 4 plus 1 is 5. So there's huge change energy here as well. Huge shift energy, which makes sense. We're talking about level ups. All right, so I think we got the messages, right? So let's put these off to the side now and let's do our final angel messages for this reading. Final angel messages for this reading. Wow. Did not expect to pick up this energy in this reading, but I guess I don't know what I expect before every reading anyway. All right, angel message. So, whatever you want to bring out to us is okay. Whatever you want to do, new messages, confirmations, reinforcements, all of the above, angel message deck, whichever we need in this moment in time, in this present moment. What are some messages? All right, we got 2 angel messages. So let's see what these guys are, right? I'm dead. I mean, especially when I'm talking about standing in your. Okay. Whenever I hit the nail on the head, I'm always like, how did I channel that? But, okay. 601 new. Embrace the unknown. Some changes are coming your way. Your angels know you are stuck in a comfort zone, so a new opportunity is on its way to bump you out of it. Yes, it will be scary and unfamiliar, but it will also be good for you. Right now, take a few centering breaths as you visualize confidence flowing into you, knowing you are capable of navigating whatever unexpected situation presents itself. So that makes a lot of sense. We're talking about level ups, completion of cycles, etc. So that makes a ton of sense. Secondly, 511 inner power, unlock your potential. Your angels call upon you to think of something you are scared to do and consider doing it. It's time to have confidence in the parts of yourself you feel are weak, and there is supportive angelic energy on your side. Reflect on what you feel you can't get because a lack of confidence in life. Asking for a raise, making a friendship closer, taking that new class, time to go for it, or the time to go for it is now. King of this 511 really speaks to that message I gave with the King of Wands. And honestly, right, this embrace the unknown really speaks to this level, this leg up, level up, right? All right, so that's what I got. I mean, so many messages came out there. Yeah. So, if there's anything, Spirit, you want me to share just as a closing words from my own self to this collective, one message I do want to say is try not to beat up on yourself too much. I've said this to somebody else, but try not to beat up on yourself too much during this transition time because it's really hard to be in a transition period when you know you've ended the old, but the new has not shown up yet. It's actually probably one of the most infuriating situations to be in. Um, so I can attest to it. Try not to beat up on yourself too much. Changes are coming. New is coming. You're not going to be in the same place forever in life. Just trust that, trust that, trust that, trust that, and things are coming your way. Like you're heading into a receiving time, finally you're heading into the time where you finally get to receive, you know and the last thing is just more so a message of self-love. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, right? We can only give the energy, we can only give to others, essentially what we give to ourselves, right? We have to fill our cup up first before we can give to others. So that's just another message coming through. Make sure you're filling your cup during this time. You're being gentle with yourself. You're giving yourself grace. All of that during this transition time because it's not easy. And also, you're not alone. A lot of what I've talked about, I resonate with. So, um, you're not alone. But yeah, all right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For everyone who made it through this entire video, I appreciate you. My goal, right, is to start doing this every day. I don't know, my goal is to do this every day. I'll get there, but this is a start. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Bye, guys. Have a good one.